number one issue defensively? If we flip the card over and say, what's their number one issue on D? Is it lack of speed on the backside? Is it the pass rush or lack thereof up front? Is it Campbell on that second level who's getting toasted? Is there one thing you can point to defensively and say, you know what, their issue is this?
I'm still looking at Nick Sorensen. I mean, you just gave up 24 points to the Seahawks. You can't close a game to save your life. Nick Bosa called him out explicitly, saying we need adjustments mid-game. And I don't think you need adjustments mid-game to beat the Seahawks and Geno Smith, but they will this week. I think he has a lot to prove. And now he's going against Andy Reid, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, to me, I think Campbell has got to be. I'd love to know what Nick and Sorensen see in Campbell, other than they went after Campbell in the offseason, like they went after Oliver last offseason. And then when Jameson outplayed Oliver, they said, you know what? That's too small of a sample size. Jameson's a vet. Let's go with it. Jameson's the young guy. Oliver's the vet. Let's go with the vet. I kind of feel like they're doing the same thing. You got D. Winters right there, and you got Campbell, and clearly Campbell doesn't move well. And they just, DK, that little shallow cross that DK, they ran on Campbell early, and Campbell was in just full trail mode the whole time. Seemed like they could have done that a bunch to him if they wanted to. They didn't. I see Campbell as a major problem, and I don't want to put it all on him because it's not all on him, but I think he's such a step down from Greenlaw that I think they got to make a personnel decision there. I think they got to go to Winter, go to Graham, go to Bethune, go to some. I just don't think they can keep going to Campbell. How do you see Campbell?
Yeah, I mean, he's terrible. He's the worst link. He's the weakest link on the defense. They've got to have someone better than him. And they're basically just trying to survive games with him right now, because when Greenlaw comes back, I would imagine that Campbell would go to the bench because Winters looks at least explosive. Campbell is so slow.
Can they wait that long?
I don't know. I mean, what do you think Andy Reid's going to do to Devondre Campbell? 2 weeks to prepare? Oh, my God. He's going to have 18 different ways to put him in a blender.
I would say you're probably going to see some Chief back, maybe Hardman, maybe Justin Watson, or some Chief receiver in the backfield, and Campbell will have to cover him. I don't know if this team has the exact weaponry to exploit Campbell, but I think they will go at him. I think there's absolutely no doubt in my mind.
Why would you not?
Yeah,
you have to.
You're not doing your job if you don't go at him.
Yeah, and then when you're not going after him, then you can go after Isaac Yiadom. Although Yiadom did a pretty good job against the Seahawks. Although I wouldn't. It's Geno, man. I'm so tired of him.
Yiadom was better last year than Campbell was, but you also got to wonder, what if he was so damn good? Why did New Orleans not want him?
Also, one more thing, Bosa with the 14 pressures. That's great, man. Like, he's like becoming the king of getting close. He needs to be the guy who closes out the game, who plays his best in the fourth quarter. That's what Chris Jones does. They asked Dominic Queen today. You were there. They were like, hey, Dominic, what makes Chris Jones so special? It's like, well, he always plays his best in the big moments. Come on, Nick. That's what you got to do too.
Yeah. Nick was huge this week compared to the week before. The week before, he had 2 pressures.
Right.
This week, he had 14. Him and Floyd had 20 combined. I agree. I mean, Nick's a great guy. I think he's a good team leader. I think he wants to be a team leader. I think he's important to him. But come on, man, you're getting paid to be TJ Watt. You're not. You're getting paid to be Aiden Hutchinson. You're not. You're getting paid to be Myles Garrett. You're not. All these guys are playing better than you, at least for the most part. Now, he did have a great game this week, but we need more of that. How about special teams wise? What do you view as the special teams issue? Because is it the coordinator? Is it you can't say it's the kicker, but is it the punt returner? I mean, Cowing looks very shaky. Is it the coverage units where the tackling is just shoddy and inconsistent? Is it the coordinator where there's been these massive monumental breakdowns seemingly every week? I hate to say it's Schneider because I'm not in the business to call for people's heads. I don't like doing that. But I mean, how many massive, colossal special teams failures can you have? How many times can Kyle cover for you at the podium? I mean, Kyle's literally covered for him like 3 different times, and we're not even at halfway through the season.
Well, let's count the gaffes they've had this year. Like they've given up a kick return for a touchdown. They've given up a long punt return. So punt coverage is an issue. Kickoff coverage is an issue.
There's only 2 that's been taken back all year, kickoff wise. So they have 1 of 2 in the entire league. It's bad.
Their own coverage
punt. You had a fake punt that morons were predicting was going to come your way like the Wednesday before, and yet you seemed totally taken off guard, taken by surprise by that whole thing. And then you claimed that you saw it coming, but you didn't have your defense out there.
Yeah. You also had a punt blocked. You're on your second kicker. I mean, Wisnowski's a good punter, but other than that, I don't think they do particularly anything well on special teams. And last year it was a huge issue too, and it's one of the main reasons they lost the Super Bowl. So I don't know. Is it Brian Schneider's fault? He's responsible, and it's a widespread issue. And if he hasn't been able to find the answers by now, he's been here for years. There's been issues for years. Maybe someone else needs to come here and try to be the fixer.
I mean, I'll tell you who you can't go to. You can't go to Richard Hightower, right? I mean, yeah, you had him before. When
Harbaugh was here, he had great special teams. And his special teams coach, what was his guy's name?
Brad Seeley.
Yeah,
they called him the professor.
He was terrific.
He not only was the special teams coach, he was the guy that advised Harbaugh on the clock management of the game. He was like the assistant head coach. He was more than just the special teams coordinator.